Peace, peace. Islam. Great risings. Happy Moon Day, y'all. I know a lot of people probably at work and everything, but I rise a little bit early, so I want to get this information out. Let's see if it's gonna work. Rotate device, no? No. Alright. So, yesterday was so-called Happy Father's Day. Although if we all are aware and conscious, we know that every day is Father's Day, just like every day is Mother's Day. But I want to give y'all a jewel that I done came across. This was published in this document here was published in Pulaski County Circuit Court in Arkansas. All right, it was published by a brother named Toriano Opshango L. Okay, of the I want to make sure I get his clan name properly. Of the Shi Urkantzu Thunder Clan Olmec Moors. All right, brother Toriano Opshango L. And he filed this, like I said, in Pulaski County in Arkansas, filing number 2015080734. Okay. Also, if you're a private member of Sunel, this is in the Ritz folder. Okay, it's called the Kraken. So currently I'm in the Kraken 1. Kraken. Islam, peace. I just want to give a little gift off to my Y chromies. You know what I'm saying? Y chromosomes. We all know that mitochondrial DNA gets passed down from the mother to the daughter, and it's the same way in terms of the father and the son. So the same exact mitochondria that the father has gets passed down to the son. All right, so the same genes and makeup, and also the Y chromosome itself, it comes from a man. So without a man being present, there is no men being born. All right, because an X and an X is what creates a girl, and an XY is what creates a male. We're the Y, the women are the X, so we bring the Y. All right. So now I'm gonna pull up something. So this is for Father's Day, but this is essentially for all men, right? Today's Father's Day too, if y'all ain't know. Father's Day is every day, like I said. So make sure I find. Looking for the statement about the Y chromosome. Just give me a second. Where we at? I thought I had this page already. I think my thumb might have hit something. Might have dabbed the screen. There we go. Okay. What's up? What's up? I don't gotta be sitting down doing this. Alright, y'all. So check me. So I'm in the Kraken right now. I'm currently on the bottom. I could flip the screen. Hold on. I'm currently on the bottom of page 5. So see here, page 5. I'm at the bottom here, but on the document at the top it'll say page. Well, I can read for y'all, but it'll say page 8 of 91 at the top. All right. So, but I'm essentially on page 5. Islam family. It's good to see I ain't the only one that be waking up. Well, I mean, for me, it's like 8:30 right now, so I guess it ain't that early anymore. But here we go. So we talking about the Y chromosome, y'all. The Y chromosome. I'm gonna start from the top. You know why? Because this is worth it. Damn, I ain't know all these people. What's good? Peace, family. What's good? What's good? What's good, man? I'm loving that energy. Thank y'all for that. So we're gonna start at the top of page 5. Like I said, if you're part of Sunnah University, if you go into the library, go into the writs folder, and the document I'm reading out of is called the Kraken. All right. The Kraken, this is a public record. This has been filed officially on the record. It's a public document. This can be utilized in court as legal evidence. All right, so this is filed by our brother, Torian Upshango L. And all our Moors who are doing the work of putting our stuff on record that are speaking specifically to us and the laws of our ancestors, those are our brothers. All right, so they're doing the work to uplift fallen humanity as we're doing the work. So we have a right to utilize those things that have been published in the name of Moors to help affirm our position, because we all got a piece to the puzzle. And this brother laid a major piece, especially dealing with the military. The military know who we are, y'all. They have jobs and obligations in place to secure the Aborigines or the indigenous peoples here. So y'all should read the Libra Code. Y'all talk about martial law. You know what I'm saying? Read the Libra Code. The Libra Code lets you know what martial law is. So when we talk about martial law, a lot of people don't know taxes. A part of martial law is raised taxes. So if you've been feeling like, it's already bad getting taxed by foreigners, but if you felt like over the last, 20, 30 something years, that it's gotten a little bit more tight, even though it's already wrong to get taxed by foreigners, but haven't you felt that it's gotten a little bit, it's kind of, the water's starting to rise, so you kind of got to like stretch up, you know what I'm saying, to get breath. Before you could just be chilling. The water was like right here. Now it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That's martial law. What they call that? I'm trying to bring out my economic mind, but influx. You know what I'm saying? When the prices go up on things, the supply goes down, but the demand goes up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have enough supply for the demand. So therefore, what you do is you'll raise the price on an item. So if you have, let's say I'm selling computers and I only have 5 computers, but normally if I had a ton of computers, I'd sell them all at 20 a pop. But because I have 5, I'm going to sell each one at $100 because I only have 5. See what I'm saying? Thank you. Inflation. Man, it was at the tip of my tongue. Inflation. Thank you, Brother Jamal. Man. Yeah. So inflation. And inflation is done intentionally. Just so y'all know. Inflation never happens by accident. Inflation is done intentionally. It's done intentionally. You can read the bankruptcy of the United States. The bankruptcy of the United States, 1933, by James Traficant. He'll let you know everything. Okay? So inflation is done on purpose. It don't happen by accident. So when they talk about Great Depressions and not a chemtrail plane, at least. You know, so when they talk about Great Depressions and stuff like that, these things are done on purpose. All right. So check this. Like I said, page 5. Blood descent and absolute birthrights by history of ancient America's blood/DNA identity. All right. Upon DNA genetic single nucleotide polymorphism. And if you don't know what that is, I would suggest you look up what that is. But that's pretty much in a nutshell. And it's called SNP, SNPs for short. But that's dealing with the gene coding that's passed down from our ancestors to us. And that will be passed down from us to the children that we create for the future. All right. So all that's included within the biological bond, which pretty much lays out our genetic inheritance, which means what will be classified as a genetic inheritance. Well, our ancestors had the ability to absorb energy from the sun and utilize it to manifest and create things. So that ability has been passed down via our carbon or our melanin. So that would be an example of a genetic inheritance, or our ability to foresee things, or our ability to have a spiritual connection to life, and just a certain process and the things and how we were raised. These are all genetic inheritances. Okay, so these are SNPs. And I remember a prophet said that no man can change the blood descent of another man unless his power is greater than that of Allah. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about the genes, Genesis, the DNA. These are things that can't be unwritten. These are things that can't be changed. You are who your ancestors were, without doubt or contradiction. Now, if you think otherwise, then you are liable to be tricked like a silly rabbit. Don't allow yourself to be liable. Know the truth, feel the truth, be the truth. So, keep on going. Right, so SNPs, single nucleotide polymorphism. Okay. Analysis as of 2015. It was found that I possess the same ancient autonomal genetic markers as found in the Native American peoples known as the Pina and Maya in the lands known today as North and Central America, and the Caritiana, Suri, Puinaive, and Curipaco in the land known today as South America. Those are some of the tribes, right? Olmec tribes, Maya tribes. But there are other ancient groups of people as well, such as the Australoid, Austronesian, Australasian, and Oceanian, misnomer Pacific Negroid. Peoples in the land known today as Madagascar, Taiwan, Australia, New Zealand, New Guinea, Melanesia, Micronesia, Polynesia, and other neighboring islands, and the misnomer African Pygmies, people such as Mbuti, and Biaka, in the land known today as Central Africa, and the misnomer Bushmen, people such as the Kiosan, in the land known today as South Africa. So they're letting you know the similarities. But I'm going to push a little bit further down. So check this. So I'm going to speed down, right? I'm on page 6. We can start at the top of page 6, okay? Now, not to confuse y'all, but I'm going to go back to the little end of page 5 with this little, where it says 5 million? 5 million years before present. All right, and then I'm gonna go down. Email me at Sunel University, SUNELUNIVERSITY @gmail.com. Just put membership in the subject, and then we and I'll respond back to you with the process in order to do that, and the agreement and everything. Okay, so 5 million years before present, with this archaeological data, it proves that seaworthy vessels and long-distance travel over great bodies of water was easily accomplished by the people in existence at this time. According to modern chronological genetic studies, paternal haplogroups Y chromosome, known as AOO, which there is a debate between Mendez colleagues and El Hayek on the antiquity of AOO. Peace, Sister Ivy. On AOO. AOO, which is currently placed as originating approximately 270,000 to 340,000 years before present. AO and its subclads, so AO meaning, y'all know what the O blood type means, right? Because the O blood type is the blood type of indigenous peoples across the planet. So if you are a O blood type, you're original. Point blank, period. Don't matter if you don't know who your mama is. Don't matter if you don't know who your daddy is. Don't matter if you don't know who your grandma was, grandpa. Don't matter. Don't matter if you was adopted and you don't know nothing. If you know your blood type O, you indigenous. Period. That's called sanguinity. Blood. The blood don't lie. All right? The blood is divine. So now, let's continue, right? So AO and its subclads, and possibly A1, A2, and A3 and their subclads, originating approximately 200,000 to 340,000 years before present, collectively in maternal mitochondrial DNA haplogroups, L, LO, L1 to 6, and L1, originating approximately 107,600 years ago. Okay? This is still not digging into where sorry, y'all, I missed something. I don't want to miss this part because it's important. I need to go up. I'm way too far back. Way too far back. Sorry, y'all, forgive me. I just want to make sure I don't confuse anyone. I want to stay exactly on point. It looks like I have it, and then I start reading the joint, and I'm like, no, this is not where I was at. There we go. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm back. All right. Page 15. All right. Page 15. On the bottom, on the top, it says page 18 of 91. All right. So I'm at page 15. Right at the top. Thank you. This is where I wanted to get to. Page 15. Okay. Right here. All right. Boom. So, according to, right, these are all facts now. According to the American Journal of Human Genetics, 92, an African American paternal lineage adds as extremely ancient root to the human Y chromosome phylogenetic tree. This is an actual article. Let me show y'all. This is the actual article. Let me see if I can flip it. Flip it right here. Boom. This is the actual article right here. Trying to avoid the reflection here. There we go. All right. So there we go. That's the actual article. The American Journal of Human Genetics 92. An African American paternal lineage adds an extremely ancient root to the human Y chromosome phylogenetic tree. Pages 454 to 459. Published March 7th, 2013. It was reported that a newly found ancient Y chromosome haplotype named AOO was discovered in where? In South Carolina. Where? In South Carolina, y'all. In a misnomer African American man named Albert Perry's descendants. African American man. Found where? South Carolina. Let's continue. In other words, it is thus far the atom of all Y chromosomes. So guess what that means, y'all? It means two things. It means one, Adam look like me. Adam look like you, indigenous. Two, so far, Adam is the father of us all. Men, my father, your ancient forefather. Guess where he was found? In South Carolina? Impossible. In America? No, he was found in Africa. Our ancient forefathers are from Africa. We got to go out to Africa, not understanding that this is Northwest Africa. We've never left Africa. You know why? Because the whole continent was one. It was whole at one point. It was like a fist. It was together. Then certain natural disasters happened, earthquakes, etc., etc. Lands began to split. Certain continents began to drift. Okay? But, so we just found out that for one, Adam is a black man. I'm just going to keep it simple just for the sake of keeping it simple. We all know we're not black, but Adam is a black man. My dad, your dad, even the Europeans' dad is a black man. And where was the bones of our father found? Right here in America, the Maghreb al-Aqsa. All right? This ain't your brother saying it. This is archaeological fact. This is a recent update since 2013, 5 years ago. Islam. All right? So this is for all my fathers out there. We got to know this. I hope that helps empower you to know that the father of all civilization, you know what I'm saying? Oh, South Carolina? Well, yeah. There you go. Right here in America, y'all. The atom of civilization was found right here. And he happens to be a so-called African American man. All right. Let's continue. Would that make you feel strong? I tell you, they keep trying to send us over to Africa. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them get you with the gab. Oh, Islam. That was your grandpa's name? Harry Bellman? Be'elman. Tasalagi. Or Anuia, correct? Some of my tribal members are Anuia. So, let's continue, right? Yep. Well, see, people don't comprehend it. The truth gets washed out in dogma. We talking about religion. We talking about trust. So if you're talking about a trust, everything is included with a trust. That goes down to blood, DNA, material inheritance, genetic inheritance, corporeal hereditament, meaning your rights or your interests to things that are in your mind and the things that are created outside of your mind. So once you have an idea in your mind, that's called incorporeal. Incorporeal, meaning it can't be seen, it can't be felt, it can't be held. It's a thought. Then you have your corporeal hereditament, which is the things that are produced outside your body after you've contemplated on that thought. So now that's corporeal. It can be seen in whatever form it's produced, whether that's music, art, whatever, building stuff, material things. When you can see things, that's corporeal. It can be held, it can be seen, it can be, examined. Okay? But that's hereditament, meaning it's coming from you. And if it's coming from you and you're tied to your ancestors, that means it's coming from your ancestors. And then if it's coming from your ancestors, right, that means that divine thought that came to your ancestors when they were walking this plane that is now coming to you is the same thought that was being supplied by who? The creator of the universe. Bloodline. Remember, bloodline. It's in the veins. That's why they got to do so much propaganda to brainwash us, because the gold is in our body. We are the gold. The gold is our body, right? And our mental capacity to know these things. Like, hey, the father of civilization is actually found in South Carolina. Adam? What are you talking about, Adam? Yeah, Adam is African American. They just found him in 2013. You can tell you can tell people that now. Oh, we just found Adam in 2013, right here in South Carolina. And 9 times out of 10, from what Brother Yazid say, Adam would be what? Tasalagi. Means Adam would be a what? A Cherokee. Or Anuia. Ain't that crazy? So not only is Adam more, right? But Adam has a nationality. Bang. You see how we bring abstract into real? With actual science. It's not just reading from a Bible. You gotta not only read the Bible, but you gotta read from everything. You gotta read from DNA, archaeology, history, so you can put everything together. Because everything is a piece of the puzzle. Once you start getting those different pieces, right, then you just put them together. And then you can actually see the whole picture. Like, oh, that's what that is. But let me keep on reading, man. As you can see, this thing got me excited. And the energy coming from y'all got me excited, because I could see like, y'all like, yo, this is crazy. Because that's how I felt when I was reading this. Like, yo, this is crazy. My daddy's dad. South Carolina. Ain't that crazy? All right. Let me not stray too far. Okay. Thus far, the atom of all Y chromosomes. The most recent... Actually, let me see if I could just follow along. Okay. I like it going from here. Okay. African American man named Albert Perry's version of Y chromosome A00 carries the ancestral state of all SNPs that find the basal portion of the Y chromosome phylogenetic tree. In other words, it is thus far the atom of all Y chromosomes. The most recent common ancestor for the Y tree was at the time of this given report 338,000 years. It was 338,000 years before present, but currently is placed as originating approximately 270,000 to 340,000 years before. Before present. The extremely ancient age of A00, right? So A00. The extremely ancient age of A00 combined with its rarity. It's rare, y'all. With its rarity, which is also a very low frequency in Central Africa. Which is a very low frequency in Central Africa. So you know what that means? That means there's less of the A00s in Central Africa than there are over here in America. What does that tell you? If I did history and I found out that I see original people everywhere, but the source, the bulk of the A00s is coming from this particular continent called America today, modernly, or the Maghreb, what would that tell you? If there's a less amount of that in Africa, but you say we come from Africa, but the original A00 is of a lower frequency in Central Africa than it is in America. So how could we originate from Africa? Ding! You see how you just start Columbo and shit? Like, oh, no, negative. Okay. We've been here since time immemorial, y'all. Understand, comprehend that. All right. Of low frequency, of a very low frequency. So it wasn't even like a low frequency, very low frequency in Central Africa. Point to the importance of considering more complex models for the origin of Y chromosome diversity. The AOO lineage was discovered in a large genetic database of African American samples. And has not been identified in traditional hunter-gatherer populations from sub-Saharan Africa. I'm going to repeat that one more time. And has not been identified in traditional hunter-gatherer populations from sub-Saharan Africa. The article also stated that caution is warranted when inferring the beginnings of the divergent branches of the Y chromosome from a single location in relation to human origins. AOO is found in the MBO people, the Mubo people of northwest Cameroon. But, this is very important, y'all. But, I'm going to let y'all see this part. This one right here is important. But, okay. I'm going to start right here. Has not been identified in traditional hunter-gatherer populations from sub-Saharan Africa. The article also stated that caution is warranted when inferring the beginnings of the divergent branches of the Y chromosome from a single location in relation to human origins. The AOO of the Mbo people, MBO, the African American AOO, was found to be older than the Mbo people's AOO, which suggests an influx of AOO into Africa, not out of it. Okay, and the Mbo people is what silly rabbits refer to as bush people, right? They call them bush people. That's our family members. But understand that we originate from here first. Here first. Hey, peace, Meza. Peace, brother Fahim. Here first. We was here first. Okay? So, yeah, man, we here. So we know that Adam is a so-called Adam. Well, not so-called. I was gonna say so-called African American, but nah. Adam is a Moor. And Adam, thus far, Adam is from South Carolina. What we modernly call South Carolina today, anyway. But essentially, from a national geographical standpoint, Adam is from the Maghreb. Adam is from the Americas, meaning Adam is Almanicanos. And if Adam is Almanicanos, what the hell do you think Eve was? Eve was a Moabite. And if y'all don't know where Moab is in Utah, or what they call Utah today. Yeah, look up Utah. You'll see a city of Moab. All the land masses in the Bible, as I say, the Bible is a geography book and a astrology book, if you just know how to look at it. Just gotta know how to look at it. So, ooh, Eve is a L1. Right there. And if y'all not too familiar with that, we classify between LO to L6. That's where indigenous peoples fall at. LO, and you got L1, you got L2, L3, L4, L5, L6. All right. My father's my father has O blood type. Like I said, mitochondrial DNA as well as genetic inheritance gets passed down directly from father to son. And on the other side, mitochondrial DNA and inheritance and all those things get passed down vice versa from mother to daughter. So and the mitochondria is the same. It's not like they're getting their version of your mitochondria. No, your children have your exact mitochondria, meaning the mitochondria that I have is the same one that my dad possesses, is the same one his dad possesses, is the same one my great-great-grandfather possessed, the same one my great-great-great-grandfather possessed, my great-great-great-great-great-grandfather possessed, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather possessed, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather possessed, my great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great. Like, I can just keep on going and going and going and going. Okay? It's endless, like the universe. Okay? The galaxies are endless. So our bloodline, thus, is endless because we are star people. All right? So it's the same mitochondria. So I am my father, right? And the women are of their mother. So now I'm still looking to find out where the hell women are from. Because y'all still the only unidentified beings here. We getting more clarity on men. All right, still. But either way you look, Adam was a melanated man. That's cool. But we all know Adam also had a belly button. We also know Adam had a mama. So, you know what I'm saying? Either way, there's no outrunning the X chromosome. Okay? We all got a mama. We all got a mama. And we just found out Eve is a L1. Eve is a L1. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, yo. It's pretty dope. Okay. So now that we got some of that in there, and mind you, yo, I'm telling y'all, the military people, because the conference call that we had on Friday was sick, man. Was sick. Thank you, King. Yeah, I was like, let me try this green and gold out today. Feeling that. Yeah, the military know exactly who we are. And like I said, they have obligations to protect us. If you're unaware of these obligations, read the Libra Code, which was passed by Abraham Lincoln. Okay. What else I would say? States, right? Because no one's going to tell us this, right? I would never imagine. Hey, baby. Ain't it nice today? Look at these two. Mm-hmm. Yes. Shiny, shiny. Shiny, shiny. I was so bright. I got to come on the other side.
You see her waving.
Yeah, look at her. Look at her. Look at my mama. I like my mama. Hi, mama. Aria. Girl, she's staring so hard. Took a shower and everything? Hey, ain't it nice today?
It's going to be 97 degrees.
I know. That's my type of weather. You know my Caribbean blood.
Right?
You want to go to the park in a little bit?
I actually have to go to run an errand. An important one.
You have meetings?
No meetings. No meetings. This is for our family.
Oh, okay.
No meetings.
No worries.
But yeah, I want to go to the park. That ain't going to take long. It's going to take like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's a run-in thing. 20, 25 minutes.
Port, you want me to come with you?
You can. I'm about to go finish getting my face together.
Girl, stop. Girl, stop talking about you gonna get her face together. Girl, stop. Melanated woman right there. Original woman on the planet. Girl, stop it. Everybody trying to get your face. Stop it.
You know what I mean? I don't mean.
I know.
I don't mean nothing's wrong with it.
I know what you mean. You mean just get acclimated.
From 12 to 1 is that storytellers thing. Like they ask people to come that have interest so that's at Langston Hughes where I go to Freshest Roots at 12.
Oh, okay.
There's a water park down the street from there though.
I'm cool with that.
That's fun.
Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I got you, baby. You go ahead and handle that. It's good, mama. You look cute today. I like them pink bows. Y'all glowy and stuff in the sunlight. Look like you got a pink aura. she got the. Yeah, she got a pink aura coming from the top of her head.
You know, Demi said her aura is pink and purple.
Yeah, it's looking real pinkish purplish right now. I swear, man. You my favorite person in the whole world. You know that? You my favorite being. I will never call you a person again. You are my favorite being. I like being your father. Okay. Alright. Here we go. So that was page 15 I was at. We killed that joint right there with the AOO. Okay. One more thing now. Because I really want to kill this whole concept of Africa, and not in a bad or hateful way, but in a way to where we have more appreciation for our inheritance. Because imagine, if you had something nice, right, but then you got cousins who are always envious, who are always wanting to infringe and get and enjoy what you have rather than them appreciate what they have. Wouldn't you find that annoying after a while? All right, so you can only imagine how our cousins feel, because all we talk about is we need to go back to Africa. We need to go back to Africa. You don't think they know that we Almaricanos? They'll tell you straight up, no, you're not African. Because they know. They don't even call themselves African. Other people call them African. And then we just fall in line with the other people who call them African like it's their designation. And it's like, no, you talk to any African person, like I say a million times, and they will never say I'm African. They'll tell you exactly what nation and nationality they come from. Oh, I'm Senegalese. Oh, I'm Tanzanian. Oh, I'm from the Congo. Oh, I'm Algerian. I'm Tunisian. You understand? It's not no I'm black. What is that? Or I'm African. What is that? What is that? No different than if I were just to say I'm American. Okay, what is that? What does that mean? That's still a vague statement. That's still a vague classification or designation. That's not specifying anything other than the continent. Okay, you're American, meaning you're on that continent. You're from that continent. Okay. You could have been born in China. Okay. Then I call you Chinese? Does that mean I call you Chinese? No. So it's not just about being American or African. What is your nationality? When you see a so-called African person say, I'm Senegalese, they're saying my nationality is Senegalese. I have allegiance to a country, a society, a nation. And the name of that nation, the name of my God, right, whom I worship, is called Senegal. That is the name of my mother, who birthed me. So therefore my allegiance is to my mother. So the name of my mother is called Senegal. So therefore, because I come from my mother, I'm Senegalese. Oh, my mother over there, she's Moroccan. So therefore, because she's Moroccan, I come from her, I'm a Moor. I'm Moroccan. I'm Muslim. It's the same thing. Okay? They don't say I'm African. So therefore, if you say you American, what does that mean? Okay, American. What more? What more are you? This is why we have the designation modernly today, more-ish American. Moorish American, because we are Americans, but we're a specific type of Americans. We are Americans that are pertaining to who? What type of people? Moorish people, meaning, and what are Moorish? Moorish, I-S-H, means pertaining to. So who are we pertaining to? Moors. That's why we're Moorish, because we're Moors. So everything we do is Moorish. Everything we are is of Moorish. So we are Moorish Americans, because we are Americans pertaining to the Moor side of the story. And the Moor side of the story is an original side of the story. That story don't got a beginning. because we have been here on this continent since time immemorial. Okay? And before the Moroccan Empire was called the Moroccan Empire, it was called the Phoenician Empire. Then before that, the Carthaginian Empire. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same ancestors going by different names. One in this century, we go by the name Power Rangers. In the next century, we go by the name Big Bad Beetleborgs. All right. In the 3rd century, we go by the name Scooby Gang. You understand? In the 4th century, you know what I'm saying? We go by the name Ninja Turtles. These are all replications of the same thing. It's about the team. And the team can come in whatever name. Then you got another team called Voltron. You understand? Then we got real life TV shows where you have, for example, let's say Supernatural. That was one of my favorite shows for a long time. Not to say it's still not, but ever since I got busy with this work of uplifting fallen humanity, you know what I'm saying, I don't have as much time to sit down and watch TV. Of course, of course you guys can understand, right? I don't have as much time to sit down and watch the TV like I used to back in my minor days, right? So you understand? With like that being said, you ain't got no choice. And that made me lose my thought, but it's all right. It's okay. So that's how my mind be. It goes and comes. So understanding that we are a part of the Moorish Empire, right? This is how we need to look at our empire, y'all. Understand what has been done with our government. It's been split, okay? It's been split right down the middle. Okay? Hope y'all can see that. This is how our shit's been split. All right? The wig got split. (1786) peace and friendship. Okay? That's what made this split. Okay? Treaty of Peace and Friendship, 1786. Okay? 1786 for them. The year 1200 for us. Okay? This is Christian, or I'm going to say Gregorian calendar, and this is Moorish calendar. Okay? Which is about a 586 year difference. Okay? So, this treaty right here, like I said, brought everything together. Now, there was an amendment made to this treaty. Okay? This was after the original Sultan died. In 1836. The 1836 amendment, which was signed by the son of the original Sultan, who signed the original treaty at the time. Okay? He took control. Now, the agents of the United States of America were concerned whether or not his son, right, would honor the original treaty of his father, which he did. And once that was ratified in 1836, it was made a perpetual. I never heard of amendments. When you do an amendment, that means something is either added or taken out to the original document. So an amendment was made in 1836, not by the original Sultan who signed the treaty of 1786, but by his son. You understand? His son. And then after his son signed it, the amendment was made and it became a perpetual treaty, which is perpetual every 50 years. Okay? Now, if either side has any issues with the treaty, upon year 46, okay, 4 years before it hits 50, they have to bring a convention together to discuss this treaty. Now, if they don't commence that or begin that operation within year 46, okay, of the perpetual state of the treaty, then it resets itself. So if you don't say nothing by year 46, once year 47 happens, it's already over. Because once it hits 48, 49, and 50, it's going to reset right back again. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, all the way back to 50. So every 46 year, okay, that's how the treaty functions. That's how our treaty functions. So let me get rid of some of this stuff now. We don't need these anymore. Now, this is where we need to get some clarity on things, okay? Like I said, the wig has been split in half because we were some foul people back then, man. It was us, okay? I'm gonna say that one more time, man. It was us. It was us doing foul stuff, okay? Us. So, with that being said, according to the treaty, everything is operating according to ports, okay? So this is a port. That's a port. That's a port. Now, let me show you how the United States is set up. They got different ports, right? Ports are what we call states today. Okay? Ports. Now, the state is people. Okay? And when we're talking about people, we're talking about states, nations, and countries. All right, so this is why every so-called state or republic is considered a country, okay? Because the laws of Texas are void in the laws of California. You get what I'm saying? The laws of Nevada do not work in the laws of Nevada won't work in Ohio, okay? The laws of New York will not work in Virginia. You know why? Because one government cannot speak on the laws or functions of another. Okay? So, that's part of the Sovereign Immunities Act, if you haven't read that one. So, anytime we're dealing with people, we're talking about nations, countries, and states. Okay? People means states, nations, countries. Okay? So, a port. Anytime you reach a port, they have different type of things. Like what? They got an airport. They got a bus port. They got a, what you call that? I'm gonna just call it a ship port, just for the sake of, for you know what I'm talking about. All right. So these are different ways that people are checking in to certain state territories. Even if you were to be traveling in, right? Don't they have tolls? There we go. Seaport. Thank you. But y'all see what I'm talking about. Okay. And then they have tolls here when you're traveling. Okay. Why? Because you're entering into, or we've been entering into Christian ports. So let me take this off right here so we can get more clear. We've been entering into Christian ports. What are Christian ports? I'm going to give you an example of Christian ports.
Just to name a few. Just to name a few. Right? I could keep going on and on, right? I could keep going on and on, right? So these are what you would call Christian ports, which are under the United States of America jurisdiction, being Christian ports. All right. So these are ways we enter these different ports. And even like I said, when you're traveling, you go through a toll booth, right? You got to go through a tunnel. You got to go through a tunnel. You got to go through a tunnel. A tunnel. Ain't a tunnel like a vortex? You understand? When they say tunnel vision, right? What are you talking about? Vortex vision, spiral vision, because it's just like tunnel. All you see is this tunnel, 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 tunnel. See? That's tunnel vision right there, right here. Tunnel vision. All you get to see is a little bit. So this is how they got us leaving different planes and jumping into different ports, however we choose to travel, right? So this is how they got the game set up. So every time you're talking about, hey, I'm going to New York. Hey, I'm going to California. Hey, I'm going to Nevada. Hey, I'm in Utah. Hey, I'm in Oregon. I'm in Washington. Hey, I'm a Marylander. Hey, I'm from Illinois. You're giving your power away to the United States of America. Yeah. Bang, bang. There you go. Port tolls. Okay. And if I wanted to break that down, that's the port of the owls. All right, the owls. Another derivation of owl, El, which is God. Okay, so understanding that in the vortex, these are the Christian ports that we get into. This is where we F up at, because we're supposed to be on this side, but we over here on this side. And in this category, right, when it comes to here, there's only one way you can be classified, and that is as a second class citizen. Okay, meaning that you are adopted. And there's a reason why we are treated, or second class citizens are treated as adoptees. And there's a reason. The reason for that is something called the Naturalization Act. The Naturalization Act of 1870. And then guess what was created in 1871? District of Columbia, Organic Act of the District of Columbia. That's how Washington was created. So naturalization allowed what? Second class citizens who were really Moors, right? Give up their birthright, give up their A1 status, their number one, which is alien, non-immigrant status. They got you to give that up, or what we also call a free white person status. All right, they got you to give up that status to accept this status, which is Black, African, Black African American. That's the status. Here, they offer. I'm gonna erase some of these. You don't need these. You okay, boo boo? You okay? Yeah? Yeah? I'm coming for you. Come. Big girl. Yeah. Grab that. Grab the ball. Yeah. You know what Daddy talking about? Daddy talking about nationality, girl. Daddy talking about that. Oof. Clear up that camera, boy. It's kind of dusty. And Daddy talk about nationality. You know that? There you go. We got to go by the ancient titles of our ancestors. Okay? So, let's go back here. So what you got here is free white persons, okay? So, they got us to give up our free white person, alien non-immigrant status, aligned with our treaty, our A1 status, to accept second-class citizenship, which wasn't made available until 1870 due to the Naturalization Act, okay? Now, mind you, blacks and African American, right, meaning stateless peoples, weren't allowed into the United States of America until 1870. Let me let that go by first. They weren't allowed that until 1870. Do you know when the United States of America came into existence? Yeah. Do you know? That was March 1st. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. That's backwards. March 1st, 1781. That looked like an 11. March 1st, 1781. Naturalization didn't happen until 1870. You got 1781, 1870. 1781, 1870. Okay? That's 111 years. 111 years, y'all, after the establishment of the United States of America. And who was it established by? Moors. Moors. So we get caught up in the trap, okay, via naturalization. Then you get reclassified, okay, which is second-class citizenship. And then understanding that second-class citizenship is not better than A1 status, okay? Because we already have a state that is older than 1781. You understand? Morocco is older than this. This is new. This is ancient. This is modern. This is ancient. So you need to come back to your ancient government that has tenets, right? It has tenets, laws, religious creed. Okay? So over here on this side, they need constitutions which are adopted from treaties. All constitutions are adopted from treaties. You will never find a constitution that is existing without a treaty. So when you understand our treaty, right, is between the Emperor of Morocco and the United States of America, which means that, and what's part of the United States of America? All of the corporate states: Washington, New York, Nevada, Utah, Louisiana, Virginia, Michigan. All of these are part of the United States, okay, of America, which means that they're all a party to the treaty. So whatever state or a state republic you are a domiciliary of, I'm going to spell this word out. Domiciliary. Okay. A domiciliary. Y'all can look that word up for yourself. That'll be a little treat for y'all. Domiciliary. And that don't even look like a D. Here you go. Domiciliary. Okay. So I am a domiciliary of Washington Republic. Okay. Meaning that I am domiciling here because I've always been on this land. So I was here before so-called Washington was Washington. I was here before so-called New York was New York. I was here before so-called California was California, etc., etc. All right. So every state being a part of the United States of America, because the states are what make up the United States of America. So therefore, wherever you are domiciliary at, your treaty applies individually to whatever state you are domiciliary of. So I'm a domiciliary of Washington. Specifically, and I got to specify Washington Republic. You know why? Because everywhere you go, they refer to everything here as a democracy. They'll even say Washington State is a democracy state. It's run mainly by blues, which either way, whether it was run by blue or red, they still getting paid by the same boss. So it don't even matter at this point. All right? It's about not being a resident. I am not a Washington State resident. I am a non-resident alien. Non-immigrant alien to be specified. So I'm not ducking or dodging nobody for no damn deportation issues. We just talked about the AOO. Y'all really still worried about that? You know what I'm saying? You can't be worried about getting deported after we just found out the father of all civilization, Adam, come from South Carolina. That Adam was an Anuia. Adam was a Tasalagi, Cherokee. You can't tell me you're still worried about deportation after that. You can't stand on that in a court of law. You want to sit down, boo-boo? She ready to get down. Okay. You want to sit and play? You want to stand? Yeah, you want to stand, don't you? Don't you? You understand? So you got to be able to stand. This is the whole point of us knowing this information, so we can stand firmly on that. Stand firmly knowing that your ancient forefather comes from right here in South in the Maghreb, modernly South Carolina. All right. So being a domiciliary, the treaty applies directly between Washington State. So it would be as if there was a treaty between Morocco and Washington Republic. And the governor, right? The governor of every state is obligated to that same constitution the way the president of the United States is obligated. No different than how Trump is obligated to that treaty. Each governor of the state republic is obligated because they are the substitute bay. They are the substitute bay. Substitute. Who the real bays? Girl, you always pulling something. Who the real bays? The real bays are of my. So now, when we talk about creating our states, okay? You gotta remember, each so-called state got what? A flag, right? New York State has a flag, don't it? Right? New York State has a flag. Washington State has a flag and a seal, right? California has a flag and a seal. They got a special animal, right? Nevada got a flag and a seal. Illinois got a flag and a seal. Who else? Oh. You got it? You got it, girl? You got it, girlfriend? You want it? You want it? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So all these individual states got a flag and a seal. Okay? Put my foot right here next to you so you can balance out. There you go. Okay? They all got a flag and a seal. So now... Uh-oh. Can't go so close, player. There you go. All right. They all got their own flag and seal. Texas got its own flag and seal. So now, when we talk about... Can everyone hear me all right? Connection. What's up? Okay, just making sure. So now what's supposed to happen, right? We already have our flag. We have our state. We have our flag, right? This is what our flag look like. We got to draw black and white. Boom. That's our flag. This is our American flag, right? They got their version of the American flag, which is like this. And they got the little stars, boom, 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 and then they got the stripes. That's their flag. That's for the United States of America. United States of America. United States of America. This is America. You get that? Yeah, it's supposed to be vertical. You're absolutely correct, brother. You understand what I'm saying? So this is America. So now, within America, we're supposed to be establishing our own ports, because there's a difference between being American and being a U.S. citizen. They're not the same thing. All right? You'll even hear Brother Sear say that all the time. They're not the same thing. He says this, he's been saying that for a very, very long time. They're not the same thing. There's a difference between an American and a United States citizen. I'm showing you the difference so you can see. Okay? Here in America, we're supposed to be establishing our own ports. Like me, for example. Let's start with the Prophet. Let's start with the Prophet. Islam. You got the Moorish Science Temple of America established in 1928. That's a state. That's a port. Yeah, another one now.
Which vehicle I use? Which one?
You want to use a Jeep?
It don't matter to me. I didn't know. You're gonna be here until I come back. I'm only probably gonna be gone. And I told you like the max 40 minutes, I think.
All right. I mean, just take whatever you want, baby.
But where the keys at? And I'm gonna take her with me. Right?
Okay. Yeah. The keys are in the drawer. They're in the first drawer.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice having options. Nice having options. All on the soon now, baby. That's how you gotta do the thing. And damn, forgot my train of thought. Right. So now okay, that's another port. I got you, girl. I'm coming. Another prime example. This is, you know what I'm saying, a serious body politic. Estados Americanos. But you understand, they're all coming from the same point. Where? Morocco. Dealing with what? The treaty. Alright? Alright, y'all. Daddy duty calls. I'm about to go take care of this girl, get her straight. Oh. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the understanding we need to have, okay, about our government and how we function and operate. Of course, I'm going to be coming back with more videos. All right, but have a good look at this board, y'all. All right, this is how you break it down. And it's only going to go deeper and deeper. All right, Islam family, love y'all. Peace.